the tag feature on this more than I have the actual items. So this is a cupcake. So I'm going to show you guys a couple features. I'm going to put this cupcake together on video. This is probably going to be a long video because I'm moving slow. So this is chalk, and one of the first techniques I learned as I was scrapbooking, Wendy actually taught this to me, was chalking. And I just recently got the Stampin' Up! I'm expecting it in the mail anytime. The pastels, the chalk set, and I've seen lots of people using those in videos, and it looks like a really awesome set. So I can't wait to get that. And I also just saw tonight that my my other box from Stampin' Up! Just shipped, and that is some the watercolor crayons. And I can't wait to get those. So when you're chalking, there's these lines already on here that kind of are a guide to where you're going to place your layers. So you just take your chalk and you run it up and down those lines, and it adds dimension. So the other thing, I'm not going to do it on this because I have so many layers to go on, but you can also run your chalk like I did with the ink along the sides, and it will give depth to your whatever you're working with. So what I found with this, when I did this card, I found that this cardstock, this pink, was a little too pink for my liking. Like, I didn't feel like it really went. So I just took my white stamp pad, and this is just like a real cheap stamp pad. I think it was $2, and I don't mind using it for stuff like this. So I just ran it over my pink and kind of made it so it was a little bit lighter. I would suggest for your white and your black ink pads, I have found, like, I would like to get a Stampin' Up! White ink pad for my stamping, because I found this doesn't work really well. And you can see my ink pad has gotten torn up from when I distress, which I guess is what this technique is called, like when you're distressing an item. So I also did this with this piece, where I ran my white ink pad over my my embossing design. I ran it through my Cuttlebug with my Divine Swirls, and then I just ran that white ink pad right over it. So your first layer is this, and I'm just going to use my two-way zig pen, or this isn't my two-way. Well, I guess it is a two-way glue. And these glue pens tend to dry fast, so you kind of got to move quick, which apparently I have a hard time doing these days, moving quick. So then your next layer would be this frosting layer. And I have found that this glue is amazing. I love it. I just asked the store where I bought it if they could order some more of it, because it is really, it's a two-way. So you have this end, which I thought would get kind of clumped up, but it doesn't. I used this on some large letters the other day, and it worked really well. And then it has a pen tip. And I noticed it's not the same one as Stampin' Up! Has, but it's the same brand. The glue in the Stampin' Up! Catalog looks like it's just white glue, and this is clear. So the thing I like best about this is it's a really sturdy glue, dries clear, but it doesn't dry right away. Like, you still have, like, see, I still have the ability to kind of move this around a little bit, and I really like that. So what I found with my other card is my heart, because it was pink on pink, didn't much stand out. So the first thing I did with that heart is I did the same thing. I took my ink pad and ran it over my little dots to make those dots pop. I ran it through my Cuttlebug to give it those dots with my, I think they're called Swiss dots, or they're the really small dots. I don't know what folder it is. And then I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges just so it'll stand out a little more against that other pink. This is really a really easy technique to do. simple, but gives it a lot. Gives your project a lot. So I'm going to, again, use this glue just because it's a more sturdy glue. I use a lot of my glues. And like I said, right now I've been researching different glues and how they work, and I really like that one that I got. So now I'm going to stick this right on this card. And here's some other stuff I've been trying. These are the Creative Memories, like pop dots. They just happen to be squares. I really, really want to try the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I've heard really great things about those on different videos that I've watched where people really love them, and I really want to try it. I think I'm hopefully gonna have a Stampin' Up! Party at the end of the month, and maybe that's what I'll order. So these are the Creative Memory ones, and these are nice. They're like $5.50, and you get a whole sheet of large ones. Whoops. And then you get a whole sheet of small ones. So I mean, I don't sell Creative Memories or anything. I don't sell Stampin' Up! I don't tend to stick with one particular company or one particular brand, because I think a lot of different companies and a lot of different brands have a lot of different things to offer. So the one thing I do not like about the Creative Memories is they're not that thick. So it doesn't quite pop your image up as much as sometimes I would like. The next thing I'm going to try for dimensional stuff is foam tape. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. Sorry about that. So here it is. Very quick. So the other thing that I'm going to do really quick is I'm just going to attach this. This says, "May every part of your birthday have happy in it." So I'm just going to attach that inside somewhere. Probably right here. I saw this on a stamp. And I liked it. And I tend to always just like type out my sayings on the computer, center them, and then do it. And I thought, sometimes, you know, we can't all afford to go out and just buy everything we want. So, well, I certainly can't. So I find that I just try to duplicate things. So this was a stamp I saw. I liked the way it was done. I typed it up in Word and printed it on vellum. And then as soon as I fix that little mistake that I just did, I'm going to attach it just right here like this. And then I'll write in the card, or maybe I'll even put it on some, it'd be pretty on pink. Like I'll just trim off a little piece and then stick it right in here. And then that is your simple, easy happy birthday card. And you can write your little sentiment in here, and then I'm going to make an envelope using my Martha Stewart score board. So that is my card for tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Thanks, everybody.